So I've got to try and fix these tears in the fuselage. So what I've got to do is get that piece of tissue up and out level with the outside surface, and the way I do that is just to put a bit of suction on it. And if that doesn't work, I can try and stick a pin in it and bring it up without causing any more damage. Actually bent the tissue, that's why it wouldn't pull up. There we go, so roughly like that. And then get our CA, thick coats of dope on this, get our CA and like put a, where it's touching, put a little drip and there and say there. Let that set, and I can bring up the next bits and work your way around till eventually needs to be pushed down slightly. Eventually you've done the whole lot. I guess you could put a very thin strip of masking tape, very thin, and stick around it and then remove the masking tape. And we've got that horrible repair to do on there as well. This is like repairing one of those like old oil paintings. The main problem here is there's a big swoop in there which isn't allowing me to get it up. I've just had another thought. I wonder if I could cut the panel out on the opposite side, and that'll allow me to push it flat and then try and maybe get that panel back in. It might be possible to just get a little tiny bit, enough to CA it. Just had another thought. I could actually cut the balsa wood, take the panel out with some balsa wood attached. That could work as well. And that would give me access then to get into this side. I know I could just cut it out and put a patch on, but I'm never going to match this. I know it's a bit radical. I'm quite liking the idea of cutting out the balsa. Okay, I've decided I'm going to have a go at cutting this side panel out and repairing it and then splicing it back in. So could be interesting. No, I could cut it out because it's got to go all the way down and in. Cut it out with a rule or freehand, doesn't really matter because it's going to go back in the exact way it came out, but let's use a rule. It's all an experiment. It's got to go all the way down. Here we go. Put a bit of pressure on there. Okay, that's separated there and drop back in really nice. So if I do that on the other three sides, okay, that's good. Do that on the other three corners, angle across. Okay, it's working, guys. This is working. By cutting it at an angle, that means I should be able to drop it back in and it won't fall past. Okay, just that last little bit in there. There we go. Use my finger as a depth limiter. This side though. Okay, and look at that, it flies out. Okay, so we got that little piece there, which we'll glue back in. Now we can see the extent of the damage. We can actually get in there and stand a chance at stitching it together. But looking at that, not only is it, well, it's shrunk a little bit as well, which is bad news because it means I've got a small gap. You can fill with white glue. That must have been broken. I could try putting a bit of tissue on the inside. Let's see if I can tack it where it's touching, just there, but I don't want to stick it to the ruler. I shall move it about. Okay, let's just offer that in. Not bad. A bit tight up there. That won't show actually. So I'm thinking if I just sort of maybe damp that with PVA and glue, PVA and water rather, it should sort of hold it all together. First job is to put this in here. I've only got one shot at this, so if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Should we maybe patching it up after all? I'm going to put that on there. It's a bit wet. Oh. Well, that looks horrible from that side, and it kind of looks horrible from that side. Oh no, Cliff, what have you done? It is a different colour, but now let's go back. Let's let it dry and come back to it and see what it all looks like in a little while. Well, it doesn't look pretty, but at least it's one piece now, and I'll put some dope over the top. So now, anyway, time to replace the little window we took out the back. And in theory, I can just drop that in there and all will be well. Nobody will be any the wiser. So for this, I'm going to use a bit of white glue and let's put some there, and maybe just wipe it in with a little bit of wood. I'm sure I'll put it on that. Let's put it on this. Alright, let's see what happens. It should just drop in like that. That corner just needs a little bit of pressure or masking tape just to get it all the way in nicely. So I'll dope that and it should come out sort of a similar sort of shine on it. That's certainly gone in very nicely. Just notice something, look on the bottom here, I've got some blue tissue. It's been retissued at some time, may have been. It's not often things go quite well, is it? But that's pretty good, quite pleased with that. Now this rudder will have to come off as well. Let's point you down again. The bottom pin is already out the top pin shouldn't be too difficult to. What I'm going to do is just replace those pins with fishing line. I think definitely a bigger rudder may be in order, but this matches up with a piece of wood at the back of the fuselage, so I can't really, unless I could go straight up or just a bigger curve. Yeah, so I'm going to cut a little bit off the back of there. Let's get a cutting mat with all my lovely badges on. BMFA, Dad's RC Hangar, Jeff down in Lower Alabama, and the Barron Flights. I'll start by cutting off, say, 1/4 inch and see how it looks. Let's see, 1/4 inch about there. Cut it straight down there. And now, right, this is what's that? 3/32. Maybe not quite enough thickness of elevator. Let's go a little bit thicker again then. So let's take off another, say about 1/8. So that'll be 3/8 off. That's better. That's about 1/8 of an inch. That'll do nicely. I'll take the same off this edge. Okay. Now I'll cut a little angle off in the back of that and pick that angle up on the bottom of the new rudder. Just had a thought actually, guys, of the rubber band has to fit, so I might need to cut some sort of notch around the rubber band. Has to come up here, so I'll have to have a little notch. I have to allow for that. That originally came to there. Some might say I don't need a bigger rudder really. I think I'll go for a little bit more area. Actually, this could be quite handy because it comes off. I can remove the tissue here to allow me to make exits for the push rods. Glue in a piece of 1/16 balsa across here, and then the push rods can exit through the hole. So that's rather good. It's all coming together, guys. Just work out where the radio gear is going to go. I'll keep that for the minute because I want to complete all the doping in one go. So an elevator to cut out of 1/8 sheet. Alright, I'll cut that out of 1/8. That can sit on the back, sand it all in nicely. Perfect, look at that. One rudder to cut out and one elevator. The rudder again will be about 1/8. So something to do there. See you soon. Okay, I've dug out a couple of servos, HS81s, and a switch, and I'm going to make a plate up to go inside the cockpit, and the switch will be operated by like a pull-push connector. So just gone onto QCAD and drawn up a complete plate, so I'll transfer that to a bit of ply on the laser cutter and we'll watch that cut out. That's my pattern, and the Algo laser Delta is cutting it. I've experimented with the settings for 1/16 ply, as you can see from some control horns there, so this should be pretty good, I think. That's my plywood plate. As soon as it's out, I'll pop it out and offer it up to the model. This will probably be in the next video where I carry on fitting the radio gear, but for now progress is being made. If you're enjoying the video, guys, hit that subscribe button. If you're not, a lot of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed. I don't know why. And if you want to be notified of videos as they come up, hit the little bell button as well. So it's from me and the Algo Laser Delta. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.